Welcome back to Rekt Radio, the one and only show where the financial world's tectonic plates are shifting, and we're here to surf the resulting tidal wave of opportunity. I'm Sunny, and folks, we are witnessing the political and financial establishments finally waking up to the future.
And I'm Cole, here to point out that when the establishment suddenly wakes up to something, it's usually because they figured out how to rig the game in their favor. This isn't an awakening, Sonny. It's a hostile takeover dressed up as an epiphany. Let's dive in before they start selling indulgences.
It's not a takeover. It's the ultimate validation. You can't get more mainstream than a former U.S. president and current presidential candidate. We're hearing that Donald Trump's campaign is in serious talks about a pro-crypto policy agenda. We're not talking about lip service anymore, Cole. We're talking about fundamental nation-state level strategy.
Oh, wonderful. We're pinning our hopes on a politician who famously called Bitcoin a scam that's based on thin air. This isn't a principal conversion, Sonny. It's the most transparent, self-serving political pivot in history. He saw that there are votes and donations in the crypto space, so he put on a Bitcoin hat and learned to say the word decentralization. It's pure pandering.
You're completely missing the bigger picture. The messenger is less important than the message. The CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, David Bailey, is having these discussions. They're floating world-changing ideas like having the U.S. government use Bitcoin's strength to offset the national debt. Imagine that, tying the dollar's future not to a printing press, but to the hardest asset in human history. They're even talking about the economic boom that would follow from completely eliminating capital gains taxes on crypto returns. It's a vision for a new era of American prosperity.
Let me get this straight. Their grand economic plan is to take the most volatile asset on the planet and use it to back the $34 trillion debt of the world's largest economy? That's not a vision, it's a recipe for global financial Armageddon. It's like trying to cure a headache with a guillotine. And the whole no capital gains tax thing? It's just a shiny lure to get the crypto crowd excited. Bailey himself threw out a fantasy price target of $210,000 per coin if that happens. It's not an economic plan, it's an attempt to manufacture a hype cycle for political gain. It's utterly reckless.
It's bold. It's forward-thinking. It's recognizing that the old system is broken and that we need radical solutions. Using Bitcoin as a strategic asset is how a nation survives the great deleveraging that's coming. It's a move that would attract capital and talent from all over the world. This is how you cement your position as a global leader for the next century. This isn't pandering, it's the beginning of the most significant policy discussion of our lifetime. A major political party is finally saying, we get it.
They're not saying we get it, they're saying we want your vote. This is a lobbyist whispering sweet nothings into a politician's ear. They are selling a get-rich-quick scheme on a national scale. It's the financial equivalent of promising a chicken in every pot, but the chicken is a Bitcoin that you have to pray doesn't drop 50% overnight. It creates a dangerous illusion of stability while tying the nation's finances to a roller coaster. But I see you're high on the political hopium, so let's talk about the market itself. I assume you're celebrating the recent price action.
Celebrating? I'm ecstatic. This isn't just some isolated pump, it's a broad, healthy, ecosystem-wide rally. Bitcoin is blasting through to new heights, showing incredible strength and leading the charge. And it's not alone. The altcoin market is coming alive. We're seeing surges in Ethereum, Solana, and others. This is what true market confidence looks like. It's not just one asset, it's a tide of capital lifting all the best boats. It's a confirmation that the spot ETFs were just the appetizer. The main course is here.
A tide? It looks more like a flash flood in a shantytown. Sonny, whenever Bitcoin hits a new price level, the most speculative, low-quality corners of the market go into a frenzy. This isn't a sign of a healthy ecosystem, it's a sign of peak degeneracy. People see a green candle on Bitcoin and immediately start gambling on altcoins, hoping to catch a 100x winner. This broad rally you're so proud of is actually a massive red flag. It's a symptom of irrational exuberance, a sign that we're likely near a local top, not at the beginning of a sustainable new leg up.
How can you look at new highs and see a top? It's the definition of a breakout. It signals that all the previous resistance has been absorbed, all the sellers have been exhausted, and we're entering a new phase of price discovery. The altcoin surge is just capital flowing down the risk curve, as it always does in a healthy bull market. First Bitcoin moves, then the large caps, then the rest of the market wakes up. It's a classic, beautiful pattern that tells you the bull run has deep roots and broad support.
It's a classic pattern of a bubble inflating. That capital flowing down the risk curve is just a polite way of saying people are getting greedy and making increasingly reckless bets. The foundation isn't deep, it's brittle. When the music stops, all that capital that flowed into the speculative alts will evaporate overnight, and it will rush out of Bitcoin just as quickly. You're celebrating the party getting louder, but you're ignoring the fact that the building's foundations are shaken. But I know arguing with you about price is pointless. Let's consult your favorite oracle. Pull up the technicals on TradingView. What does the digital Ouija board say today?
I'd be happy to, Cole, because the chart is painting a masterpiece of bullish continuation. It's a story of overwhelming strength that even you can't deny. I've got the one-day chart for Bitcoin right here.
Go on. I'm waiting to be overwhelmed by your interpretation of a few lines on a graph.
Look at the data. The oscillators, which measure that short-term momentum, a solid buy. No neutrality, no weakness, the market has energy. But here's the kicker, the main event. The moving averages, the indicators that track the deep, powerful underlying trend of the market, they are flashing a strong buy. Not just a buy, Cole, a strong buy. The overall summary, which blends everything together, is a resounding strong buy. Every indicator from the short term to the long term is screaming the same thing, higher.
Oh, a strong buy. How lovely. It's the market equivalent of a screaming car salesman telling you this is the best deal you'll ever get right before the engine falls out. Sonny, this is what Euphoria looks like on a chart. When every single indicator is flashing green like this, it doesn't mean you should be piling in. It means you should be terrified. This is a sign of an overextended, overbought, and overconfident market. This is a sign of maximum risk, not maximum opportunity.
You are programmed to see good news as bad news. This is the definition of a healthy confirmed uptrend. This isn't a single speculative spike. The strong buy on the moving averages tells you that this strength has been building consistently over time. The buy on the oscillators tells you that we have real-time momentum to back it up. The trend is our friend, and right now, the trend is a freight train of bullish cower. You don't stand in front of it, you get on board. This is the market giving a clear, unambiguous signal that the path of least resistance is up.
The path of least resistance is off a cliff when you're running this hot. You see a freight train, I see a rocket ship that has burned through all of its fuel stages and is now flying on pure unadulterated hype. There's no consolidation, no healthy pullback, just straight up vertical momentum. Markets can't sustain this. This is the chart that precedes a massive correction. It's screaming that all the buyers are already in, and the only people left to sell to are the latecomers who get lured in by charts like this. It's a beautifully decorated trap.
That's all for this episode of Rekt Radio. Don't let the cynics scare you away from a clear trend. The market is speaking, the politicians are waking up, and the direction is clear. This is not a time for fear, it's a time for conviction. Stay bullish.
My final thought. When everyone on the ship is running to the same side to cheer at the view, the boat has a funny way of capsizing. A market screaming strong buy is often a sign that you should be quietly looking for the exit. Don't be the last one to the lifeboat. You've been listening to Rekt Radio.